I welcome you to this month's ordinary session of the Politburo, which marks the end of the first half of the year. We are meeting against the backdrop of the continuing sober circumstances brought about by the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic. The numbers of positive cases continue to rise, with the majority attributed mainly to our returning residents. We are thankful that to date, the number of the deceased has not increased and remain at 4, while those who have recovered are now 46 as of yesterday. Let us now not relax, but remain vigilant by practicing social distancing, good hygiene of washing or sanitizing our hands, as well as wearing of masks in public areas. Meanwhile, government through the National COVID-19 Task Force remains seized with ensuring that transmission of the pandemic is minimized while creating a safer environment for normal social and economic activities to resume. I would like to commend the party for its increased visibility in educating our grassroots membership on the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also noteworthy that in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, party members have demonstrated community spirit by mobilizing resources, PPEs, and basic commodities for the less privileged. This is who we are as Zimbabweans. Let us continue practicing such acts of love and unity in the spirit of Ubuntu. Passing on of the late national hero, our brother, Comrade Absalom Skosana. It would be remiss of me not to mention that last month on Saturday, 16th May 2020, we were saddened to hear the news of the passing on of one of our colleagues in the party and in this Politburo, Comrade Absalom Skosana. His passing on is indeed a loss to the party and our nation as a whole. He was a principled and loyal cadre who served persistently and consistently, never flip-flopping in his commitment to the party line. He was a unifier who put the interest of the party and country ahead of his own interests. As we remember him, may we all be inspired by his selfless dedication to the party and emulate his exemplary character of servant leadership. I thank those who were able to attend the burial at the National Heroes Acre. Although, of course, we asked for limitation of attendances at the Heroes Acre. May his soul rest in eternal peace. With regard to political and economic developments, in the last few weeks, we have witnessed an upsurge in the unwarranted onslaught against the party, against the government, its leadership, policies and programs. This culminated in the purported abductions of 3 MDC alliance-linked activists. To date, more information has come to light, to which the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage has made public some of the details so far. Concurrently, during this period was the resurgence of hate speech and language, which are not characteristic of the values we seek to be embedded in our country under the Second Republic. This vile culture must be rejected by all peace-loving people of our nation. On the economic front, we are witnessing a relentless attack on our currency and the economy in general through exorbitant pricing models by the private sector. We are fully cognizant that this is a battle being fueled by our political detractors, elite opportunists and malcontents who are bent on pushing a nefarious agenda. They will never win. We did not liberate this country for selfish, profiteers and greedy individuals, but for all the peoples in our land who have a right to enjoy a better quality of life. As a party, we must always strive to achieve this. These confrontational actions which played out in the political, economic, and media arena were not isolated instances, but well orchestrated, coordinated, and planned events. I'm aware that the intention was to cause despondency, unrest, violence, and to render the country ungovernable. These acts should never be tolerated. I urge the party and the nation as a whole to remain alert. Let us refuse to be divided by vigilantes who are hired by hostile foreign governments to distract us from our quest to grow our economy and improve the quality of lives for all in peace and unity and love. Comrades, rest assured that our security apparatus will get to the bottom of these machinations, and those involved will be brought to account. ZANU-PF is peace-loving and development-oriented. We are an organized party which pursues the building of our great country, with the people at the center of all our policies and programs. We therefore reject the temptation of being drawn into issues that drive our nation backwards. Let those sinking into political oblivion do so on their own. During the last meeting, I highlighted that government will be making interventions to improve the water situation in Bulawayo. I'm pleased that there has been progress made to date. Meanwhile, on the 28th of May, I was pleased to hand over piglets under the Presidential Livestock Input Support Program. The piggery scheme is within the framework of a broader presidential livestock input support program, which includes heifers, which were handed over last week by the Vice President, Comrade Chiwenga. It's a pass-on scheme. It will serve to complement the ongoing command livestock program covering cattle, goats, sheep, poultry, pigs, and fisheries. The initial phase of the program covered women, youth, and war veterans groups in all provinces and institutions such as universities, agricultural colleges, and research institutions. Last week, in line with our devolution policy, which must focus on provincial economic development, I called on all provinces and exporting companies to deliberately set specific trade and export targets towards the country's total trade and export volumes. Such strategies will ensure sustainable pathways to better livelihoods for our communities, as well as increase our foreign currency earnings for sustainable economic growth. I once again urge the party, through the various departments, as well as through conversations within the provincial coordinating committees, to be the drivers of our economic agenda, focus, and programs. Let us be wary of chasing after narratives and agendas set by our detractors. Let us keep the focus on productivity and more productivity. I further exhort the responsible departments to keep abreast with communications we are making from the government side, so that we sustain the issues designed to keep the nation's priorities on improving the quality of life of the majority of our people. Let our message and communication as the government and party cascade to the generality of the people. There is no room for counter messaging by party members, especially by leaders. All party structures must feed from the central focus and the messaging we articulate from time to time, and align all these messages accordingly. Hakuna mazake zake mupati. There must be discipline in our messaging and communication approach.